Now, is there some evil plot for us to avoid the sun and put sunscreen on so that we don't get what we need from the sun?
It's not an evil plot. No, there's nothing sinister. And the reason you need sunscreen is because you'll get crispy.
Yeah, we want to be crispy.
You'll get crispy. And this, showing me this, and I can feel this right here. This is how I enter into, imagine if I went right into your cells and there wasn't a barrier.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
You need the barrier.
Okay. So what SPF sunscreen should we use? 30%, 30, 50?
Anything over 50 is irrelevant.
Okay, so 50ish. All right. All right. Is there going to be let's talk about solar flares. And also, is there going to be this huge solar flare event that everyone's talking about that will take out the grid for 3 days?
It's not going to be as big as it has been talked about. What you're hearing has been whispered down the alley and snowball effect. Will there be a significant outage in major parts of the world? Yes. Will it be simultaneously? No.
Okay.
This has to do with the consciousness of the collective in those specific areas.
Oh. All right. Well, so what's the purpose of you having solar flares and plasma loops and sunspots and things like that?
It's all about awareness. Let's talk about the power outage, the grid outage, as you call it. Think about what happens when the power goes down. Think about what happens to humanity, because we're focused on humanity. Without all of your distractions, who do you become?
Yeah.
In a sense, this is my way of recharging you. This is my way of giving you the opportunity to choose to recharge, to plug in, to fill up, to get reserve.
Interesting. All right. So can you tell me about sunspots? What are those in relation to what's important to us? It's all about us, you know. Kidding.
Think of them like this. They're blocks of energy that they contain also coding.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. And so it isn't anything that you want to get hyper focused on, but just know the big picture. There are pockets and different aspects that exist that are going like this. The hands are all coming together, that are sending you vibrations, currency, to feed you. And these sunspots are part of that currency. The celestial currency is where you want to focus instead of this currency on earth that you talk about.
Okay. We talk about that a lot. What about plasma loops? I've got written here, I think it's because I was watching Matthias DeStefano's thing, and plasma loops, it's written so long ago, I don't remember. Plasma, fourth phase, plasma rain, plasma. What in the heck am I talking about here?
Plasma is what it is scientifically, but it's also filled with information. It's filled with, so I'm being shown these like jelly like substances.
Okay.
They almost look like a human cell.
Oh, okay.
And they're combined. You know how like when the human cells or the cellular makeup of a chemical has a compound, there's like 3 different ones hooked together.
Yeah.
You're showing me that's what a plasma loop is. It's all of these different energies hooked together that contain specific knowledge about events.
Oh, What kind of events? When you say events, what do you mean?
Meaning of life.
Okay.
Purpose of life, the divine life. These are big.
Big things. Plasma loops are related to big things.
They're big things. Yeah. I mean, it feels massive, almost more than I think my brain right now can comprehend.
Definitely mine. All right. So what is this 11-year cycle you have?
What do you mean? What is it?
I don't know. I got written here 11-year cycle. I have no idea what that means. Oh my God. I should have
Well, okay. So let me just ask Erik, Erik, help us clarify, because I don't know how to ask the question. Because when you asked the 11-year cycle, it was like, I didn't get anything.
Well, maybe there is no 11-year cycle. Does the sun have any cycles at all?
Everything has a cycle. It's secular in nature, and it all cycles. Everything moves. It's just movement, Erik says.
Okay.
What is with the cycle? The human cycle, Erik? What are we talking about? Erik says, let's do something else on that later. Let's not convolute what we
forget it. All right. Is it possible some people think that aliens might have the technology to control the sun and work that against us. Is that true?
No. Very hard, like this. No. When I say I am the creator of all, I am the creator of all.
Including aliens. Mm-hmm. So don't mess with mama, aliens. Or Papa, rather.
Papa.
Sorry about that. Sorry.
The moon is the mama.
The mama. All right. Yeah. What's your relationship with the moon? Wah, 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 wah. I'm kidding.
It's my yin yang. It's the other half of me. Remember, everything needs balance. Everything has duality in your world. Everything knows its opposite, but it all comes together for unity.
Now, solar winds really pretty much stripped all the planets of their atmosphere, at least most, I don't know. Will the same thing happen to the Earth, or are we going to be protected by, we are protected only by the magnetic field in our atmosphere? We
are protected by the magnetic field. You are protected by the magnetic field. You are, but it's like this. You humans, you best take care of where you live. And that means emotionally, physically, and mentally. Take care of your atmosphere, take care of your physical Mama Gaia, take care of your body, take care of this, and take care of your soul. Big lecture there.
Wow. Oh, God. Well, we got our marching orders, don't we? So let's talk about global warming then. How much are we humans? I mean, we humans are so small in comparison to the massively powerful Mother Earth, Gaia. So can you talk about the whole global warming thing?
Humans are creating global warming, if that's what you want to call it.
Is part of it a cycle, just climate change?
Yes. Yep. Part of it's a cycle. Part of it's gluttony. Part of it's
commercialism.
Yes. Consumption. Part of it is greed. Part of it is who can first. Part of it is disregard. There's a lot of things that go into this. When you look at the whole, back up, Erik says first. When you look at the individual, you it's like looking at jigsaw puzzle pieces. When you put everybody's reaction and behavior together and their practices together, it makes the whole.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
But Erik is also adamant to tell you guys, the earth is not going to end. The earth is not going to end.
If anything, humans will end before the earth can end. I mean, we could make ourselves extinct if we're not careful, but Mother Earth will always heal and you know.
And so will Papa Sun.
Yeah. So is there anything you can do to mitigate the effects of global warming? In case you shut it down a little bit?
There will be some sort of contraction that happens. And that may be the grid stuff that you're talking about, because I'm hearing the word grid, contraction of the grid, bringing things down. You're going to hit a roof energetically. Humanity's going to hit a roof energetically. But this isn't my doing.
Right.
The sun says, this isn't my doing.
But do you have, is there anything you can do to mitigate the effects of global warming? Since obviously you're giving the global warming, we're creating the atmosphere, the conditions for it, but.
If the intention is set and enough people have the intention and there's a collective yearning for this, we can all shift the awareness and the energy so that we go the opposite way of this. Status quo would be okay if we would just hit status quo right now.
Yeah.
And actually what I'm hearing is in the next 200 years will still be okay if that's the status quo.
Okay. Let's see. What made Akhenaten worship the sun so devoutly and abandon previous religions to establish a new religion based on the sun? And also along the same lines, we know that back in the day, Egyptians used to worship the sun as if it were God. Why? So
because it is.
Akhenaten. Okay, because you are a god, right?
Because it is. Because I am. Remember, the first opening I told you was I am.
Oh yeah. So what about Akhenaten? I don't know. I don't even know.
Akhenaten.
Oh,
they are a
group,
group,
a people, not a person. Okay.
They're a group of enlightened people who are the chosen, who would understand the depth of commitment that it takes to worship the sun.
Oh, do you need worshiping?
It's not so much worshiping as it is sustenance, getting fed.
I see. Okay.
You give me your attention, I give you something in return.
So, and that intention and that they are helping you expand and expand and expand also, right?
Remember, because that's how I grow bigger and stronger.
Okay. Now in yoga, the sun salutation, a series of poses, is supposed to invoke the energy of the sun within the practitioner. Is that true?
Absolutely.
Wow. All right. If so, can Erik or the sun explain what changes to the physical, mental, and energetic complex of a practitioner of this practice?
The heart is expanded.
Okay.
The light gets brighter. When the light gets brighter, we might equal that to the vibration going up. And a raised vibration gets all of the cells, let's just say Erik says, happy and jiggly and dancing and expansive. And it's just this process.
Oh, interesting. All right, almost finished. What year will humans create a Dyson sphere around the sun? Well, I don't even know what that is, but a Dyson sphere. Is that like the vacuum cleaner technology? What is going on there?
Erik says it's not a thing.
Oh, it's not going to happen. Okay. Erik, have you been to the center of the earth? I know that a long time ago you said you would go snowboarding. I mean, on the center of the, been to the center of the sun, sorry. You said that you snowboarded on the sun just for fun, but can you tell me your experiences?
The center of the sun, Erik says, is think of it like this. It's a place to go. It's a place to go when it's like, he says, it's like entering into the most massive library in the world.
Oh, wow. Yeah, tell me what it's like.
Well, he says it's like whatever your intention for it to be like is. Now, let me tell you what I experienced. Okay. So he says you go into this place and it's just golden, just golden walls, and he's doing this, and it's round, obviously, and or maybe not obviously, and there's a lot of what would be books on a shelf, but they look like star bright. there are a lot. He says these star brights, these stars are different galaxies and different levels of learning, because each galaxy has its own learning, and you can go in there and you can actually peruse the galaxies and pick
Wow.
out the one you want to learn from.
Mm,
Wow. Ooh.
that's interesting.
Very cool. So can I ask a question? Erik, is it like the Akashic records?
Yeah.
He says it's way cooler and way bigger.
Why? Because what's the difference between the Akashic records and the records in the center of the sun?
The Akashic records, Erik says, are personalized.
Oh, okay.
These are universal.
Oh, wow. Interesting. Is there a similar thing in the center of the Earth and other planets for that matter?
Yes. Yes.
Oh.
Each planet, each has its own life force, which is the I am, and it represents differently in each planet. But inside of each planet, he says, think of each planet as its own, a word you will understand as its own government, its own, it has its own how to.
Library of Congress.
Yes,
Exactly.
exactly. Use that analogy, he says.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh, cool.
Which documents the history of the planet and the history of the galaxy.
Okay. All right, just a few more. After the physical body dies, does our life spark go to the sun, the moon, the solar system, which each originated from, a galactic center, or what is it? Can you tell us what happens to that spark?
It's not a matter of where it goes, because it doesn't really go anywhere.
Oh.
If you passed away, like Erik says, let me talk, with respect to the sun. So when I left Earth, the spark that animated me didn't say, well, here we go, we're going left, and then we're going to turn right, and then we're going to go. The spark just got absorbed back into the whole, but yet it kept its autonomy in the sense that it kept its knowing and its memory of who I am, Erik says. Okay. So it just gets absorbed into the whole. Erik says, picture a big sponge, and it's taking it all in. And within that big sponge, there's still the autonomy of each spark.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Will the sun? Okay. No. Like, were there originally two suns for planet Earth? And has it always been the same energy, or continuous walk-ins?
There's never been two suns.
Okay. All right. That's fine. Did the solar system? Okay. This is another one the same. So used to have two suns. If so, what happened to the other one? Okay. Did someone change or manipulate the sun's DNA a long time ago? Do they even have DNA? Okay. So what about that?
No. Wait, say it again.
Did someone change or manipulate the sun's DNA in the past?
No. Hard no.
Do you have DNA?
No.
Okay. Okay, this is the same thing. Will the sun do you plan to downshift your energy to compensate for higher temperatures? And is there a mini ice age coming in the next decade?
No. And I don't plan to downsize anything or lower anything. It's all about me bringing you to the expanded level.
Okay. So that we can do something about global warming.
Yes, and tolerate more.
more. Okay. Mm-hmm. Now, Bill Gates is financially backing the development of a sun dimming technology that would potentially reflect sunlight out of the Earth's atmosphere, triggering a global cooling effect. What will be the effects on Mother Earth, good or bad?
That'll never come to be.
Okay. Why is that?
That'll be shut down. There's something, Erik is speaking to me. I'm not here. He says it's not quite nefarious, but it's not quite right.
Yeah.
And it's not being driven by something loving.
So basically part of it is a means of weather control for oppressing and controlling the public?
Never going to happen. It's never going to happen on a level that makes any sense. This is the sun speaking. It's never going to happen on a level that makes any sense. It's not, it was never meant to be that way.
Okay, good.
That's too much power for one human.
Yeah. So what will be the answer for global, I mean, looking into the future, what will be the solution for global warming besides stop consuming so much waste and greed and all that stuff?
Mm-hmm. Emit higher vibrations.
Yeah. Okay.
As each community, as each individual emits a higher vibration, what that means essentially is that you'll be taking in more that is of Mother Earth. You'll be taking in more natural resources. You'll be getting healthier from natural resources. You'll be communicating in ways that are different. You can't take away what you have. That's not what's here. You have what you have. In other words, he's showing me, Erik is talking to me now. You're showing me that we can talk, you where you are, me where I am. We can talk to the other side of the world. That's never going to go away. We're not going to regress, but we are going to hit a plateau, a ceiling, if you will, that takes us back to the earth. And we realize everything we need is contained within Mother Earth and our own body.
Yeah, exactly. All right, Veronica, do you have any questions before we close?
No, this was very interesting to me. And I feel extremely honored.
And I am so honored. Manos, thank you so much for enlightening us, so to speak. I really appreciate your wisdom. And thank you, Erik, for facilitating this channeling. I love you.
Love you too, he says.
And you guys check out Veronica at veronicadrake.com. She is now part of the Atlanta Scalar healing team. And so, when I do the healing recs, boy, she comes up a lot as a recommendation. So do you want to say anything about your healing?
I'm actually getting certified in the healing code, the emotion code rather, and it's a nice complement to all of the work that you're doing. The healing that I do takes you into your subconscious and past lives so that we can almost do an extraction of the root.
Oh God, that is because so many things from another life trigger traumas and other stuff.
It lives in your ancestral DNA.
Exactly.
It just continues. It permeates, and things that aren't explainable in this life. I can go in and look at your subconscious. You give me permission, I become the proxy. I kind of tour your body.
Oh my God, that is so awesome. All right, awesome. Thank you so much, Veronica and Erik and Manos. I want to ask you one quick question after I stop the recording.
Okay.
All right. Thank you.